Good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
No, these are basic social graces. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. My name is Ralph Jordan, and I am a lecturer within the Manning School of Business, where I teach leadership, mostly to juniors and seniors. I've been here for 7 years now, and the years have gone by so quickly. And I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to our 4th annual Difference Maker Idea Challenge. This is not your first event, right? See, when I pause,
My seventh.
you applaud. I hope that all of you have been here a few minutes early so you've had an opportunity to look at the posters. If you're not familiar with that process, we had a competition on April 1st where there were some 26 teams that competed and offered their presentations. Of those 26 teams, 10 finalists have been selected, and they're here tonight to once again offer their pitches in 5 different categories. The 16 teams that were not included in this final were all offered an opportunity to develop a poster. And you can see those posters in the hallway and around the room. The idea is that one of those teams will be selected as the fan favorite based upon how you, our audience, decided to dispense your difference maker dollars that you were given. So if you enjoyed the posters, I'd ask that you give a round of applause to the teams who showed up tonight with their posters. On behalf of UMass Lowell and the Difference Makers program, I'd like to welcome you all to this event. Wow, we have alumni here, distinguished alumni. We have students here to cheer on the teams. We have visitors. We have folks from our administration and faculty, all here to support the student teams that are participating in this event. I said I'd been here for 7 years, and this is my 3rd year being given the honor to MC this event. And I have to tell you that every year it gets more sophisticated and it gets more exciting. This program is maturing, and those of you who've been around for 2 or 3 years like I have, you can see the difference from year to year as we get better and better at everything that we do. And that especially applies to the teams that you're going to hear from this evening. When I walked on this campus, the first person I met was the Executive Vice Chancellor. And we sat in her office for close to an hour and just got to know each other and compared our stories about our experiences in this great city of Lowell. I walked away with an opportunity to become an adjunct here. And I left with the real understanding of what the Executive Vice Chancellor means to this campus. The initiatives of continuing education, the initiatives of online education are initiatives that she helped start up and for which she's won national awards. But the thing that really struck me, and it won't get the publicity, and probably won't get the notice that it deserves. But we have a process for developing a strategic plan which was led by our Executive Vice President. And those folks who are here in alumni and folks from business understand how important it is within an organization of this size to gain alignment among the many departments so that we're all pulling in the same direction. And you see the results here tonight, you see it around the campus. We are aligned, staff, faculty, together under our Chancellor's direction for the success of our students. So if you will join me in welcoming to the stage our Chancellor, Dr. Jackie Maloney.
Is he not the best? How
he
lucky
is.
am I that he came into my office, how long ago? Oh, we won't go back that far. Please thank Ralph Jordan for all he has done to make Difference Makers the wonderful program that it is today. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
A little nervous? Some people out there a little nervous? Don't be. We have the kindest team of judges. Well, maybe you might want to be a little nervous. But first of all, welcome everybody to our alumni. Welcome back to the university, to our friends who are serving on the advisory boards who are here for 2 days as we launch our campaign, our first ever capital campaign for the university tomorrow night. You should know that this university, everyone here knows, right, the transformation UMass Lowell has gone through. But this Difference Maker program, we think really symbolizes everything that's great about this university. And every year when we go through, watching you as students choosing to join into Difference Makers, choosing to learn how to take an idea and turn it into something meaningful, where you can have an impact, where you can go out and change people's lives. Groups like our non-spec group, now started just like you were. First team, $5,000. They now have $200,000. And they have children and adults in Hubli, India, walking now with their prosthetic limbs. And we know that team's going further. Students like the group from Haiti, and I know Professor Bob Giles is here. Bob, where are you? So we can thank you. This man is not so symbolic of the kind of faculty we have at this university. Bob and all the Difference Maker Fellows who really care about your success, not just in the classroom, but they want to see you develop as students, as people, so that when you go out into the world, you are really prepared, that you will be leaders in your field. And Bob Giles had a group that went to Haiti, and a student who came up with an idea of the bio-bubblers. She won in her Difference Maker competition, and now there are 7 bio-bubblers in Haiti giving families clean water because of Difference Makers. And last year's team, Love of the Game. We love to see Love of the Game now. They've already brought hundreds of disabled adults to the university and children to participate with our student athletes and have benefited greatly from this extracurricular program, Love of the Game. And I could go on and on, but I won't because we have a long night ahead of us. I just really want to applaud you and tell you, the student groups, how very, very proud we are of you. And of course, as we go into this 2 days of having our advisory boards, many of our alumni are back, as I said, and to join our alumni and our faculty leaders with all of you as students, to have them have the opportunity to see what you, our students, are thinking about today, the challenges that you're facing, and how you are taking UMass Lowell to the next level. I want to thank all of our alumni judges, our friends from the community. These are fantastic leaders. They have great ideas, and I know that they'll be helpful to you going forward, not only in tonight, but we hope in the coming years, advising you when you go out and start your own businesses. Because trust me, some of these people are actually venture capitalists that might be able to help you someday. Imagine that. Some very successful people here. And now it's my honor and privilege. Before I do that, I would like to thank and acknowledge the leader of the Difference Maker program, Associate Vice Chancellor Steve Tello. Steve, fantastic job. And his team, Holly Butler and Ha Fo and Jackie Buckley, thank you for everything you did to organize. As Ralph said, every year, Difference Makers gets bigger and better. I'd also like to acknowledge all our Difference Maker Fellows. If you could all stand, the caring and nurturing that you give to these students, I know they want to say thank you to you. Difference Maker Fellows, please stand so we can say thank you. And we consider ourselves very, very fortunate at our university to have outstanding academic leadership. And tonight, we have with us a couple of our deans. I know I see Dean Anita Greenwood from our Graduate School of Education. Dean Joe Hartman from the College of Engineering. I know I saw Shorty McKinney here earlier from Health. Okay, she just went out for a minute, but Shorty, thank you. Did I miss anybody? Any of the deans? And also, is Mike Beta still here? Mike, are you here? Okay, well, that's it. Snooze, you lose, right? Okay, so on to the competition, but before we do that, it's my honor to introduce to you my good colleague, the city manager from the city of Lowell, who's been a great partner with UMass Lowell. You should know that this manager totally appreciates and gets what it means to turn this city into the kind of college town that we all know it can and should be. Lowell has gone through a great renaissance, thanks very much, and due in no small part to the leadership of our city manager, Kevin Murphy.
Thank you, Chancellor, and it's an honor for me to be here this evening. It's great to be invited to be a judge, and you know, to be here among all this intelligentsia here in the room this evening. Some might think that I'd be overwhelmed by all of this, but believe me, I have a very interesting educational background. I finished college in 2 years. I didn't graduate. The dean of students came and said, "Murphy, you're done." Now, this is great. The partnership that we have forged with Chancellor Maloney and the City of Lowell has been incredible. College Town is a reality. It can only get better. But I do want to tell the students something here this evening, is don't sell yourselves short. You are intelligent, well-educated, energetic people that are going to be successes in our society, and I'll tell you why. Tomorrow is the second anniversary of my role as city manager in the city of Lowell, and in that time I've brought 3 major companies to the city of Lowell. 1,500 employees from Kronos, 200 employees from Markley Group, and 50 or 75 employees by Metrographics. And the number one reason those 3 companies have located in Lowell, they told me, for the proximity to UMass Lowell and the talented workforce that it produces. So be proud of your education. And carry forth, and you'll be successful. Congratulations to you all.
It's about time for us to get pitching. But before we do, let me take just a minute to introduce the distinguished judges today. We have Lorna Boucher. Lorna's a graduate of the Kennedy College of Sciences. She is president of L&G Management Consultants. Thank you for your time.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. Would you be the head of branding and strategy?
That's me.
I'll take that title.
For KCG Holdings, my mistake, I apologize. And then back with us once again, Don Latour. Don is a graduate of Kennedy College of Sciences and is still the president of L&G Management Consultants.
Last I checked.
Joan Marshall is a graduate of the School of Education. She is principal and founder of Strategic Leadership Group. Rich Miner, who so many of you will know. Rich is a graduate, once again, of Kennedy School of Science and general partner, Google Ventures Incorporated. Brian Rist from the Manning School of Business, President and CEO of the Smart Companies. Mark Saab, Francis College of Engineering, Chief Technology Officer for Vention Medical. And our own President Emeritus of the UMass System, Distinguished Professor of Higher Education, Emerging Technologies, and Innovation here at UMass Lowell, our own Dr. Jack Wilson. And of course, our final judge, as introduced by our Chancellor, will be the City Manager here at Lowell, Mr. Kevin Murphy. I want to thank all of you in advance for your time tonight. You play such an important role in this event, and we want to welcome you back to the campus, and we really appreciate you giving them that most precious commodity, time. Let's get pitching. You're going to hear from 10 teams of finalists, and they'll be competing for financial rewards in 5 categories. Each team will be allotted 5 minutes to pitch their proposed solution to a problem or opportunity that the team has identified. The judges will then have 5 minutes to ask questions. You know, time is going to be tight here because we've got a lot to do. So we've asked my colleague, Tom O'Donnell, the Director of Innovation Hub, to be our timekeeper to see if we can move this program along. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen the Innovation Hub, you need to make time to do so. What Tom has done now over the last year is just fantastic, and it's a great addition to the developmental fabric of UMass Lowell. Tom. At the conclusion of our pitches, the judges will have 15 minutes to deliberate and determine the prizes. So without further ado, let's hear from our first team, Biodigester Aided Solution in Haiti.